Hello Gemini, and welcome to your February 2022 video. Okay, now Gemini. So Mercury went retrograde on the 14th of February, but it stations to go direct on the 3rd of Feb. During a Mercury retrograde, we can think of situations from the past. It can create a lot of havoc, miscommunication, and conflict with others. And mentally, we feel exhausted and challenged, Gemini, and Mercury is your ruler. So by the 3rd, it stations direct, and that's good news for you because now you can communicate. Now you're not thinking about the past, and you can handle conflict much easier and misunderstandings a lot more easier. When Mercury is in retrograde, it causes conflict, misunderstandings. We can even end relationships. We can go through situations where we're just dredging up the past. It can be very difficult, technology difficulties, we miss appointments. Life becomes slower during the retrograde. Once Mercury goes direct, we can make all the plans we want. We can start new things. We can do new things. And we can communicate. And that's the important thing. Now, on the 1st of February, right, 31st of January, we have a new moon in your 9th house. Okay, so this new moon will be happening for you in the 9th house. 1st of February, 31st of January, depending on your location. But the new moon is happening in that 9th house. This is about higher learning, education, teaching or sharing information, your sense of beliefs, new beginnings there. What do you want to change about your beliefs? You might be going through a time where, you might believe something set in stone. It is what it is, black and white. But when we go through a new moon in our 9th house, this one shifts our beliefs. And when it shifts our beliefs, you read something and you have that aha, that epiphany. That's I think I need to do things differently. I didn't think about things from this perspective. It gives us perspective and understanding. This is about the spiritual journey as well, and it's great for taking trips. Right? So if there's any trips you want to take, rediscover something or discover something that makes you feel like, it can help you change your perspective, especially after the Mercury retrograde, because with that whole Mercury retrograde experience and going through all those thoughts and things of the past, that energy of that new moon wants you to make plans of what do I want to do? This rules over travel, the 9th house with that new moon on the 1st of Feb. Travel, education, wisdom. All of those things that grow us, but they grow us in an internal way. What you want to teach. Teaching, it rolls over. Education, learning, all of that energy where you learn something and then I learned this. Now I can share it with others. That's the energy. On the 15th, Mercury is now in that 9th house. This is great for research. Anything you want to learn. Anything you want to know. This is about expansion of the mind, higher education, learning. Mercury is about the thoughts, the mind, the communication, the facts, the information. 9th house is now it's just expanding all of that. And it also rules over travel. Taking a trip, doing something different. When we do different things, do we gain a new perspective? When we take a trip somewhere, say you're stuck in a rut doing the same thing every single day, a trip can really do a lot for the mind, the body, and the soul. It gives a different kind of perspective, a new experience, something foreign, something different. It's fascinating. It's intriguing. And it's enlightening. That's the energy of it. On the 16th, we have a full moon in your 3rd house. Okay, full moon, 3rd house. Now, here you could have been overthinking, especially with a full moon. It's what thoughts are you thinking? What's going through your mind? What is going through your mind? Because the full moon wants you to release any thoughts that are basically holding you back, any overthinking, any thoughts are racing, traveling within your mind and making you just feel so tired. The full moon also is illuminating things you can learn, information. You might find the information. Information can come to you. You might read something, someone might speak to you, and you might just find out something that can help you, an idea. This is that energy of that idea that, say you want to know something and someone says something to you that leads you to a book or a website and it gives you the information that you need. It's also about you releasing the way that you communicate with yourself and other people. Sometimes we feel a certain style of communication is ideal, but then maybe it's not. And this is what that full moon shows you, or a certain style of the way you think to yourself, oh, being critical of yourself. Like you should do something in a certain way. You should be different. You should be anything other than what you are. That's all the thoughts are trying to be cleansed out of your mind, right? So now Gemini, on the 19th, the sun moves into your 10th house. This is great. 19th, sun in the 10th house. This is with Neptune and Jupiter. Jupiter is about expansion, growth, and wisdom opportunities. Neptune's about dreams, right? Creativity. And the sun illuminates. And this is in your 10th house. What do you want when it comes to your career and goals? And this like illuminates it though. It's like at the end of the day, your sense of purpose and the things that you're doing, you're going to get the recognition. That's the energy. You're going to get the recognition. You're going to be seen. Anything you've been working towards, any goals, anything that you've been putting your hard work and energy to, the sun's illuminating it. Jupiter's expanding it with its wisdom and opportunities. And Neptune's like, what are your dreams? Yeah, you can go with any direction of what you truly want for yourself. So even if maybe when this happens, you don't know, this energy is going to like, this is what I need to do. This is what the goal I want. This is my purpose. This is what I need to do to make my life feel full, So I feel like I'm living that life with purpose. Mars and Venus throughout the month, and this will be in your 8th house. This is great for intimacy, to be a little bit more vulnerable. Mars wants you to take action here. There's also kind of a sexual kind of energy with Mars. With Venus too, it's loving and nurturing because Mars rules over sex. Venus rules over love. Nurture, the gentle side of things. Mars is about action and passion. Venus, on the other hand, it's about love. It's about seduction. It's about finance. And the 8th house rules over money. The 8th house rules over money. It rules over transformation, personal transformation, what you need to let go of in order for you to be more vulnerable with others, share more of yourself with others. It's okay to be vulnerable. Intimacy, it rules over wanting to be intimate. But sometimes the intimacy of actually vocalizing the needs that we have is a very intimate thing, and that's the energy when it comes to this. And also the physical intimacy, as well as finances. The 8th house is deep, it's transformation, and also it rules over money. And the money that we get from like either a grant or a payout or taxes, it's one you take action to when it comes to your money. Venus is saying if you take action with Mars there, Venus will reward you. When it comes to your money, especially partnership money, when it comes to taxes, loans, all of those kinds of things, especially. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. My website's linked down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.